Welcome to AGORACOM, the Small Cap Epicenter, and AGORACOM TV, a daily, fast-paced, edgy show that brings you the best press releases out of the small cap world every morning at the open, so you can hopefully profit from them and maybe even find your next great small cap investment. Now, it's Friday, Black Friday, November the 23rd. We're the day after U.S. Thanksgiving, so markets are a little bit slow. News cycle is a little bit slow, but we do have 4 great press releases for you, and we got a big one out of the TSX Venture Exchange. We're going to start you off with Canadian Shield Resources, trades on the venture under the stock symbol CSP. We reported yesterday that the company had been halted pending news. Well, the news is out, and it looks like it's pretty big. Full disclosure, CSP is an AGORACOM client. However, this news speaks for itself. They intersected 107 meters, grading 99.1 grams of silver per ton. That's silver equivalent. That's at their La Estrella project in central Peru. These are results from their Phase 1 drilling program. Here are some of the highlights. Drill hole RCE10. This is the big one. Intersected 107 meters of 77.7 grams per ton of silver and 0.39 grams per ton of gold. That's at silver equivalent of 99.1 grams, or it's a gold equivalent of 1.81 grams of gold equivalent. That was from 30 to 137 meters depths. Within that, you've got an interval that includes 21 meters. I'm going to read this, so pardon me, but 21 meters grading 0.62 grams of gold per ton, 216.6 grams of silver per ton, or the equivalent of 250 grams per ton of silver equivalent. That was from 38 to 59 meters. Within this high-grade zone, grades range from 36 grams per ton to 913 grams per ton of silver, and 0.211 grams per ton to 1.27 grams per ton of gold from individual 1 meter sample intervals. Drill hole RC11 also had some big numbers. I'll sum it up with it was a gold equivalent of 2 grams per ton, or silver equivalent of 109.5 grams per ton. So some pretty big numbers there. This is a long press release. They've got a significant table there that summarizes all the drill results. That table basically displays continuity and multiplicity of higher grade mineralized zones. Significant mineralization was encountered in 10 of the 11 drill holes. Phil Anderson, the VP of Canadian Shield's exploration, had the following to say: "We've effectively tested targets based on a multidisciplinary approach. Combining our results with those from previous drilling by Bear Creek Mining, we see indications of the presence of a major gold-silver base metal system." Big news out of Canadian Shield Resources. Next up, still in the TSX Venture Exchange, Seprotech System trades on the stock symbol SET. They announced their full year-end results. Profitable. It was a profitable year with revenues up 140%. Revenues actually were $7.85 million. Net income, $222,000. Earnings per share, that's a penny per share. What do? They're a provider of pre-engineered water and wastewater treatment plants to the land development, resources sector, and military marketplace. They closed yesterday at 23 cents. Over to the OTC, where we actually do have a little bit of news, and it's nice news. Veramark Technologies, a defense contractor, has placed a VeraSmart order with the company. That's Veramark. They announced the receipt of a significant order from a large defense contractor. They can't name the defense contractor, and they can't give us much in terms of numbers and details, but this unnamed defense contractor did place an order to replace an older telecom system that was no longer meeting their business requirements. Took a closer look, just did a little bit of due diligence, and it looks like Veramark is a pretty meaningful company. They released their 3 9-month results ended September 30th, just last week. Sales for the third quarter were up 13% to just under $3 million. For the full 9 months, sales were $9.325 million. So obviously Veramark is doing some great things. They're trading, they closed yesterday at 98 cents. And finally, back to the Toronto Stock Exchange, not the venture, but the TSX itself. We've got Berkana Energy. The company announced that it achieved its October 3rd, 2007 market guidance, and in fact, they're updating guidance for the remainder of 2007. Current estimates for the fourth quarter placed Berkana's 2007 exit rate between 3,400 and 3,600 barrels of oil equivalent per day, with average production of approximately 2,800 barrels of oil equivalent per day for calendar 2007. This at the high range of the company's market guidance for 2007, where average production they thought was going to be between 27 and 2,800 barrels of oil equivalent, but it also exceeds their most recent exit rate guidance of between 3,000 and 3,100 barrels of oil equivalent per day. That's 3,100 is what they were projecting, what they gave guidance for, but in fact it looks like their exit rate is going to be 34 to 3,600 barrels of oil equivalent per day. That's a great number. The company closed yesterday at $1.71. That's a wrap for the day. Still pretty great news considering it's a Friday and it's a day after U.S. Thanksgiving. Again, for our U.S. visitors, hopefully you guys had a great and safe Thanksgiving and you have some great shopping to do over this weekend. For the rest of you, come by the blog if you want to take a closer look at this news and provide some added due diligence if you've got it. Otherwise, if you're looking for great small cap companies, don't forget about the AGORACOM marketplace. Over 75 companies listed by industry and exchange, so you can find the ones that are best suited for your portfolio needs. Have a great day, have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.